Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of It's a Progressive World, a podcast about everything and nothing. As always, you can find timestamps down below, and please like and subscribe. Alrighty, Sam, what do you have in store for us today?
So today is going to be a bit of I think, a lot of quick, short stories, but fun ones. We've start with Middle East, our hometown of Iran, and well, not so much of our hometown, but hopefully take over soon, Afghanistan. So there is quite a lot of troubles going on there, uh, and other places, uh, uh, which we will discuss. But first, we talk about Assad going back to being welcomed back to into the Arab League. Update on the Turkish elections and Kılıçdaroğlu, the Erdogan enemy. Then we're gonna talk briefly on UK politics and some just amazing developments. It's just UK politics is completely devolving into Italian politics, and it is just a sight to behold. So that's amazing. And then we're briefly going to talk about some US sort of personalities and internal politics. So Elon Musk and his new CEO and his spat with George Soros. We've got the Marianne Williamson RFK interviews. And they're very active people right now, trying to bring down our good old Joe Biden, who's probably not even aware of any of this. So, which is very sad, but whatever. And yeah, we're gonna definitely talk about, I don't think it's in order, this story, but Chomsky, man, it was fun in the beginning, this Chomsky-Epstein thing, but now it's becoming really dark. Like, none of the other even contacts were, like, even Clinton didn't have like a money transfer done by Epstein, I think. This is, so
I
yeah,
mean,
we're
when
gonna
I
talk
heard that,
about that.
it was the funniest thing. But, I haven't
Which
gone
one, the
around,
money
yeah,
transfer
I
or
haven't
the
gone around
origin?
and look, is anybody reporting the opposite or saying anything else? Or, I mean, because these things are just, I mean, that's too funny. And then the excuse that he gave, I mean, yeah, I got
My
all my
wife is,
insights from that
I
one
don't
Breaking Points
remember.
video, but I mean, it was comical almost. And it's
Yeah,
kind
it
of funny.
was
It's like
too, yeah.
Wall
Oh
Street
my God.
Journal is putting something out, and it seems like Chomsky is like confirming it the day after or something in his,
No, he did
when
it.
he
Yeah,
defends or
he
defends himself.
confirmed. Yeah, he said he was like, yeah, my wife was dead. I was confused. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's still why this is all again, as they point out in Breaking Points. This is all after he was convicted.
Yeah.
This is not. Mm.
No, the
So yeah,
money
this
thing. Anyway, we'll talk about it, but it makes
but it's yeah, it's becoming borderline. Like, yeah, yeah. This is getting a bit ridiculous. So I don't know. So
yeah.
that's it. That's the
And
case.
then also, so what is the Turkey second round today, or is it some other time?
I actually don't know. I think it's a bit, I don't think it's today. I don't
Okay,
know.
it's not even yet.
Maybe it is today, but who knows? No, by the way, did you see 87% went out and voted?
What? Say that again?
87% went out and voted.
87%.
I know. And then it's really funny, man. We're going to talk about the whole Elon Musk, thing, but the Turkish thing. And then, libertarian, the American right people, what's his
Yeah.
name? Robbie Schwab was like, they have problems with, more authoritarian, like not such democratic countries like Turkey, China. Yeah, I mean, just Turkey is right now the biggest democracy in the world.
The
The
biggest.
Turkish democracy.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so the election is actually next week,
Sunday.
next Sunday.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
That's
not
fine. I don't
today.
like it when it's too long after, If there's a rematch, it kind of needs to be right away. Okay, fine. Next week, same place, same time.
Is that how you see it? I, I mean, yeah, you don't want to leave it too long, and yeah, that's a bit of a.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But 2 weeks, I think, is fair. It gives them enough time to regain their stamina, regain the weight they lost. So,
Get back to it. But yeah,
Get back.
nice stuff. And
Did you
yeah,
vote
good
in the
stories. A
Turkish
lot of other
elections?
good stuff too. So I mean, I think we'll just get to them when we get to them. That funny Elizabeth Holmes story
Oh, yes, that's with
kind of
Elon
reminds
Musk.
me of that Washington Post story where that annoying journalist lady ended up like pissing off her own colleagues too. What was her name?
Oh,
Yeah.
Taylor Lawrence something. Yeah.
Like when you're getting like critiqued from the
Yeah.
inside, that's when you know, like, okay.
Okay, guys, this is you need to calm down right now. You need to, wind it down. Just
A bit more
for
discreet.
yeah. For a while, no like major headlines. Just do a couple of stories about the park or something.
But
Yeah. But it's a fun week, man. Just yeah, man, I would say it's just every week just more disappointing
I
than
know.
last.
No,
I
just
have to
last year, I
say.
know. It's a bit
I swear to
crazy.
God, by
And people are not really reacting to it. If you think about it, the story has still not gotten that big because it's Chomsky. Everybody's like, okay, let's pretend. The next
yeah,
week, okay,
I don't know what to
yeah.
do. Yeah,
Did you
man,
watch the game last night? You know, and then
the guy is still doing I mean, I saw interview with him from 6 days ago. So I don't know when I don't know if
No,
he continues his interview thing of every day. If he does that,
I mean, he's
somebody has
still.
to bring it up. You can't just let this float in that. Like when you find out your grandfather, okay, there is a family with our surname in another city.
Yeah.
This is okay.
So far he's managing to keep it,
But
chilled. I don't know.
well, he's I don't know. I
But
mean,
yeah.
keep it chilled. Like, what do you mean? Like, so far, yeah, as you said, I feel like
I know
everyone is
he's
just
like,
too shocked. It's
yeah,
just
the reaction has just been limited,
everyone's-
really. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, to be honest, I would assume it's still, although this one is the money transfer thing sounds so fucking weird, but I still
But
assume like the whole point of Epstein was this to create, a network between, so he has credibility. But then again, what the fuck?
but I'm not liking Chomsky's excuses. Can I bring a third party
Yeah.
who makes excuses on his behalf? Okay. The truth is not good, okay? We have this other guy with this alternative storyline narrative. It's much better. Basically, you knew nothing about it and your accounts got hacked, okay? Let's just go with
Yeah,
that.
it's much better. Yeah, like this is
Alrighty, Sam, let's continue. So what's going on here? Is this some kind of car crash or?
all right. That's good. So, yeah, this is a recent police like police had to basically arrest people, and it's not very clear in this picture, but I believe if you click, the next thing will be a video. So let's watch this video. Play the sound. As you
Was
can
the
see, these
whistling
are
part of the video?
yeah, I think that was the music. I'm not
Oh.
sure. Well, as you can see, these are young men in cars. Young people, maybe not men, but probably, but dressed as like ghosts. Go to next picture.
What?
This is another one. This is in Rafsanjur. That one wasn't happening. This has become a new trend. But I don't know.
What the hell? It's so scary.
I have no idea what the fuck is going on in Iran.
You better not be taking part in such activities.
No, please, I wish.
No egging
but
either, Sam.
people are dressing up as ghosts,
That's so
driving
scary.
around with loud music, and then police is arresting them. I don't know for what exactly, but
Well, the music.
a very Iranian rap, I think. That's Iranian rap or something.
No. What? Oh,
What do you
okay,
mean?
maybe,
No.
yeah, over the... No. No, it's just In the Club by 50 Cent.
Oh, no,
Maybe
I'm
a
pretty sure
remix.
that it's the Iranian guy reading over there.
Ah,
Maybe
okay, so
that's,
yeah, maybe, yeah.
yeah. But it's, yeah, man, that's young people are completely fucking crazy. That's all I just have to say there. Do any trends like this in Geneva? People running?
Probably,
Right.
probably. Have
I
I
doubt
seen
it,
or
man.
thought
What's
anything
the
weird?
population?
No, I'm trying to think of something weird or something that I've seen recently, but
In
yeah,
Geneva
nothing right
having,
now.
did they have like two kinds of cheese at one go or something?
Hey.
Camembert and Gouda. It was crazy.
No, but I guess this trend isn't too bad.
Man,
The
what the
one
fuck
in
is
the
going on
US
though?
for a while while there was this trend. I mean, I don't know how
Oh
real
yeah,
or how widespread it was, but the one of
yeah.
sucker punching people, like what the hell?
What?
They would just
No,
walk up to someone and
I heard
punch
about the
them.
clown one that they dress up as clowns and scare people, but they
Mm,
walk up to someone and sucker punch them?
yeah.
I mean, that's just violence. That's not a, that's just good old fashioned. Yeah, it doesn't feel that creative. This one is creative, man. They dress like Casper.
Not really. Ghosts didn't really come to my mind. You know, this guy
Well, come
looks more
on.
like he kind of also looks at the same time like he's doing like the one type of the Arab thing, like the Emirati kind of can do a
Wow,
little
you
bit. It's
are
a bit
really
confusing.
racist.
And
You're
yeah,
such.
no, what?
How do you? What kind of Arab puts a
Because
sheet over his
that's
head?
true. No, just how white it is. Like you only see that white when it's like a local Emirati in a Kendur. Like no other piece of clothing can ever be that
Is
white
that,
and
yeah,
clean.
that white and clean? Yeah, you're. What is that? It's a special type of linen. I feel like dirt doesn't sort of stick to or something. It's just
Repels dirt.
yeah, repels dirt or something. But yeah, okay, I see. All right, I don't know,
But
man.
yeah, and the other guy
Is
kind
one
of
of
made me
them
think of, V for
V for Vendetta?
Vendetta or something like
No,
that.
no, but the last go to last video. The last one, all three were on
Yeah,
their sheet.
to me, I swear it looks like.
So we.
But hey,
What the fuck is going on in this world? Really, like,
yeah.
I just like to know what happened. Like, what was the sequence of events that led to this? That okay, who was the first guy who got drunk and was like, "Yeah, guys, let's put sheets over our head and drive around." Like, what happened?
Seriously.
I'm interested to know. But I thought I'd start with like something
Yeah.
important before moving on to water crisis.
Oh, really?
So
Shit.
water wars, come here. They are coming. They are real. And so first, I mean, go to next video. Actually, the next video probably gives a better. You had, there was a bit of a. There has always been tensions between Iran and Afghanistan over water. Rights of River Hirmand. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Helmand. That's how you pronounce it. It's written right there. But anyway, Helmand River. And, Iran says that they take too much water with the, waterways and dams. And Afghanistan says there is not enough water, blah, blah, blah. And then Raisi he was traveling to, southern Iran when there is water problems and all that. And go to the video. Sorry, just go back to the video because, like he can't be tough with anybody. So he tried to do the traditional Iranian thing. I can't pick on anyone. Yeah, Arabs are too rich. Turkey is too strong right now. Okay, I'm going to pick on Afghanistan. So he went and he did this interview, which he tried to be, you can see a bit. Yeah, you saw that? Go there. That was the interview. He did the interview there. In this interview, he took a tough road and he said, I deplore, and by the way, in Persian, what I say is almost like calling somebody's mother a whore in Persian. So in Persian, what he said was, I deplore Afghani government to listen to me. The Helmand River issue is an extremely important issue to us. And if you say that in Persian, this is equivalent of calling somebody's mother a whore. Like if you deplore somebody, well, you deplore me as if I don't know myself. So then the Afghanistani, well, the Talibani regime, they responded sort of saying that, you know, basically, fuck you. And even more than fuck you, one of the generals released the video. Go further into this video. I actually put the Instagram video as well, but it's, yeah, here. It's the one that he's, no, before, a bit before. Yeah, no, not that much before. No, a bit. I said, here, go, no, go back a bit, just here. Yeah, you see, this is General Mobian, I don't know, whatever the fuck his name is, but he went, picked up some water with that yellow plastic bag and said, oh, we are so scared. Here is your water and leave us alone. And that plastic bag, that plastic, whatever, gallon, what do you call that? The plastic water tank? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's usually used by Talibani forces in explosions and suicide attacks. So it was clear, it was a kind of a clear threat that fuck you. And they tweeted some stuff as well about, you know, oh, we come Shia, infidel, blah, blah, you know, the usual stuff. So, but I would say, not that I genuinely think Iranian government is, you know, very shit. Iranian military is overblown its, you know, capabilities, but I do think they can take Taliban. So I would be careful about Taliban. Like I'm not saying Iranian military is very good or anything, but you motherfuckers we can take. So I don't, so that's, I would be very careful. So, you know, that's, tensions are heating up, man. But poor Raisi, he even tries to be tough. Like in Iran, it's a tradition. You're tough towards Taliban or Afghanistan, and everybody he tried once in his life to be tough, and they were like, fuck you, shut up. The reaction was just so harsh.
I see.
Anyway, but after that, though, all Iranian generals. So, man, soon we're gonna have basically, you know, we had all those military things. That's the full video of the motherfucker doing the water thing. We had all those military parades near Azerbaijan. I think now we're gonna have every day we're gonna have military parades in Khorasan now, I imagine. So that's nice. Go to next story. Yeah, by the way, the underlying problem, I think, is that, you know, Afghanistan is developing basically. Now they're creating waterways and stuff, and you know, where Afghanistan is in its developmental stage means that there is going to be increased population, increased, you know, urbanization, and they're gonna need more water. So, you know, I mean, they're saying it's due to droughts, but you know, and by today, I believe today or yesterday, Iranian team of technical team and a diplomatic team went to Kabul for negotiations. But I don't think, again, this is type of thing that is, I don't see any. I think this is gonna just escalate in future because I don't see any way. I mean, the only way Iranian population is going down, so that's a de-escalating factor. That's the only. Otherwise, you know, I don't see how else you can avoid conflict.
They didn't ask you to go with them, this team?
No. They didn't ask me to Charles III's coronation to this negotiation.
Man, you saw their budget there. Come on, if they were going to invite people
That's
like that.
No, they could have asked me to zoom in or something.
Yeah, that's true.
So due to financial cuts, a couple of audience will be appearing through the Zoom. This is Duke of Edinburgh. Couldn't make it. Yeah, but no, so basically, yeah. But I wonder what will happen with Afghanistan, man, and Pakistan, to be honest, these days. And this is Story from, and while Afghanistan is dealing with lack of water, security issues and stuff, play this video. In this video, you can see Taliban government fighting the true evil.
Oh, they're destroying instruments.
Yeah, they're destroying musical instruments.
True
True evil of American and Western. This because, as you know, medical instruments did not exist in, in Central Asia before European colonialism, and therefore we are getting rid of. This is the Western influence that needs to be, fought.
This guy, why is this guy using the axe upside the other? Oh, is it?
Yeah, well, he's using it like a hammer, I suppose, because it's like, these are highly intelligent people,
Potentially fun, but I mean, if the piano is already broken.
That's a card, but yeah. I mean, yeah, just To be honest, I think that you saw what he did to that to that accordion. I like to see all those people that happened to them. I think that would be much more suitable thing. I've increasingly, especially after we're gonna talk about it more, but rereading that Chomsky article about ChatGPT has really destroyed my faith in humanity as a whole. Just made me realize how much I don't like humanity. Anyways.
See, okay. Oh, wait, I lost the mouse. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then we move on to Turkey.
Yeah, so there's not much update on the thing, but now everybody's like, yeah, Erdogan is gonna win, basically, camp. All the experts and all the
next week,
pollsters. Yeah, next week, according to you. Yeah. Yeah. But the one fun thing about Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu is that he's gone full on nationalist. He's gone full on Kurds. Who are the Kurds? We don't have any Kurds. You mean you mean the mountain Turks? That's who you mean. He's gone because the Turkish nationalist guy, the Sinan Goren, whatever guy, the guy who did surprisingly well. He brought in 5%. So he's gone fully sort of Kurds. I don't know. Who are the Kurds? Again, mountain Turks you're talking about. No, I'm exaggerating, obviously, but he's pivoting. So what do you think as somebody with 1 millionth drop of a Turkish blood?
Yeah, no. I don't know too much between the difference between the two, or if it would make any difference. Or
look, man, do you care about Iran or no? Not at all. What is your because as an Iranian, I wanted Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu to win because Erdogan, according to most experts, he was planning to do a Netanyahu to basically go in parliament and just be a dick, just whatever. He's saying ice cream for everybody, and it's Erdogan. No ice cream. Ice cream is against Islam or something. And
but he hasn't. And I mean, and do you know that this guy wouldn't?
This guy wouldn't what? No, this guy can't, man. But he's the leader of 6, man. What the fuck?
I mean, if he becomes president of Turkey, he'll be more powerful, no?
That's what I'm saying. If he would have been president, Erdogan would have gone to opposition and would have played he would have played the cock block, basically. And it would have been 2 years of instability and then elections again. But if Erdogan wins, you're going to have stability. So for Iran, it would have been better if some, instability
I get you.
in Turkey,
okay,
chaos in enemies.
Yeah, of course.
So how much do you care about it? More than chaos in Turkey or less? Because the restaurants you love in Turkey would have been hit. All those Instagram pages you follow, they would have been hit hard by the instability. Because Erdogan would have been, restaurants is un-Islamic. Actually, I remembered now in Quran it says Islam actually kebab is not very good once a week. That's usually what happens, with these motherfucker, culture warrior stuff people. They go into opposition and immediately they remember Islam was against rice with kebab, actually. So, so yeah, that's what I was hoping for. But like you, my heart was divided because of my, I guess.
And we got to know
This-
Erdogan,
Yeah, exactly. You got to know him. You're like, it's so
You
fun.
invested in
And
his
this,
story.
yeah, exactly. This guy is a leader of 6. It's not clear if, he's Alevi. I have to give him that. That part interested me. But then he said, no, we're gonna go back to being a democracy of the Western values. And I was like, okay, I don't care. I don't care if you're Alevi. I'm out.
I see. All right. Well, let's see what happens in a week.
You're not gonna take any positions.
No.
You're keeping both the Iran and Turkish restaurants on your side for now.
Let's see. Maybe by next week.
You don't want to alienate the rice, the rice restaurant Iranian.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh,
yeah.
staying in the region.
It's a good thing to fit. Yeah. So man, that's the eternal problem with Iran. We are fucking surrounded by enemies of our own creation. So while at the same time that we are fighting over water rights with Afghanis over there, then this is before the whole Afghan thing, but Republic of Azerbaijan arrested 9 people on the suspicions of attempting a coup in Azerbaijan in favor of Iran. And not having arrested them yet, they announced that they were working for Iran. They were working for Iran, okay? And it's like, come on, guys. It's like 9 people of no significant positions in what can we call this a coup even? But so yeah, and Iran condemned this, condemned the connection made between them and the Iranian regime. So tensions there are heating up, and man, the BBC Persia brought in they brought in our ace, they brought in a Qajar, and as you know, Qajar was the last dynasty that came from this whole region and ruled over Iran. And it was hilarious because the Qajar guy, I 100% agree with him.
So descendants of the family of the
of the royal family. But to be clear, in Iran, to be descendant of a Qajar is a very, very sort of a common. I'm pretty sure you are a descendant of a Qajar, if I'm not mistaken. I might be sort of close. I don't think so. No, I'm joking. It's no, but they used to have 200 children. It's literally, I'm not even joking. They one of them had 250 children. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
It's just they're very commonly found. They're more common than as they say in Persian, you hit on a dog's head and it's a Qajar descendant.
And that was that was the monarchy that ruled during the 19th century, right? Or 18th and 19th century?
18th and early 19th century. No, 19th century, you're right. And,
all of it, right?
Even 20th.
Yeah, all the beginning of the very beginning of 20th.
I always mix up 19th century with 20th century because of the stupid naming system in English with the go back a year.
Yeah, I know that, but
so stupid.
I know.
We go, year 1918 is actually 20th century. Thing is stupid as naming system. Anyway, but they brought in a Qajar, man, and it was so funny. And I 100% agree with him because his whole argument was that we have been way too polite to Azerbaijan. Iranian government is just, that's the problem with the Islamic Republic, man, because not only they got rid of all that, left-wing, social democracy, let's give people food, all those guys, they also got rid of all the crazy asshole super right-wing Iranians, so you don't have them when you need them to be there. And he was saying that basically because Azerbaijan has closed down its embassy in Tehran, but they have kept up their consulate in Tabriz. This is clearly, in my view and many other Iranians, just fanning separatism in Iran at this point. And so he was calling for expulsion of all the consulate members of Azerbaijan, which, you know, would be nice, I think. But the funny part was that in his interview, man, the Qajar guy was like, it started with, as you know, the Karabakh region in Persian is called Karabakh. We say Qe, we say Karabakh. And the more Turkish you get, the more Azeri you are, it becomes Qe becomes Ge, right? Like my grandfather used to, all the Qe was Ge. And during the interview, he was educated in London. So during the interview, he was like, he was talking Persian. He was like, yes, this is the Karabakh issue. The Karabakh issue is very wrong. They shouldn't have made up in the Karabakh. Then it started becoming Persian at some point. Yeah, the Karabakh, it's Karabakh shouldn't be like that. Karabakh is, it's a historically Iranian region. By the end of the interview, it was like, yeah, Karabakh. You see, I'm telling you, Karabakh belongs to Iran. Okay, no motherfucker is gonna take Karabakh from. Just by the end, he was just like losing it, and he was like claiming the lands of Azerbaijan. So it was good times. It was really good times. It had been like 20 years since I've seen somebody that nationalistic on Iranian sort of media. So it was nice.
It's fun. Yeah, what channel was he on, you said?
BBC.
BBC.
I meant. Yeah, BBC Persia. I meant by Iranian, I meant, Persian speaking channel. And by the way, did you hear about this? This was
where would I have heard about it? Wait, I don't know.
This was huge because all the conservative
in the UK supported with massive. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I mean, we don't need to talk about it too much. It's just Conservative Party has been linked to money post
the UK Conservative Party.
Yes, UK is conservative as opposed to.
Okay, but I thought it was related to Azerbaijan. That's why.
Oh no, but yeah, Azerbaijan doesn't have parties, man. There's Aliyev and his family. But yeah, he's a big donor to conservatives, and there's another guy who's under scrutiny.
But who is he?
But he's one of those billionaires, post-Soviet billionaires that basically, according to reports, have gotten rich. But he's also a very successful human rights related sort of activist billionaire type things in UK, and one of the biggest donors to Conservative Party. So I should have deleted this. It shouldn't have been remain part of the lineup.
Would you if you were really rich, would you donate to the Conservative Party or things like that?
There was a story according to reports that what's his name, Peter Mandelson sorted out passport for a couple of people because of donations they made to Labour Party. So yeah, for passport or for tit for tat, sure, yeah, if there is something in it. But just for ideologically, you mean just as a supporter? Fuck that. No, I can promote my own fucking political purposes. I don't need anybody else to. Yeah, why would I give anybody? No,
that's true.
No, I'm sure he did it for corrupt reasons.
By the way,
he's not as stupid.
By the way, were you impressed with my knowledge of the Qajar dynasty that I threw in casually?
I was too. Yes, I was.
For some reason, that's like the only thing I know. I don't know, for some reason.
It is very surprising because they are very maligned by history in Iran. Nobody likes them. They don't even, some people don't even consider them like they are like Safavid was the last real Iranian, empire. I love them. I think they were the best. Nasser-Din Shah was the best king Iran ever had. The coolest motherfucker. Got laid all the time. Was gay, was a sports person, hunter. Like hunter is not cool now, but at the time I feel like it was still okay. So
Alrighty, Sam. So let's continue with the show. So this video is an interview, an interview debate kind of thing, which I sent to you and you had already seen. So it's Aaron Bastani.
Yeah.
Apparently someone by the name of Matthew Goodwin, which I mean you get to know him through this interview, or debate, you probably know more about him. But when I first saw this and I started listening, I thought it was going to be much more fun and that I would, have like a key takeaway or position on something. I don't know. I just thought it would be more fun than what it ended up being. I was kind of disappointed by the end. So I don't
Okay,
actually
so
know if you
Matthew,
found something interesting or not, because at the end I was like, wasn't as fun as I thought it was
no,
going
it's
to
just
be.
it's your typical. This was such a transparent, I think, attempt by this is your typical. So Matthew Goodwin has written this book. He argues there is a leftist elite, and in this interview with Aaron Bastani, he's arguing that when I say there is a leftist elite, and by leftist elite, he means like Obama type, sort of Hillary Clinton types, that type of. He means neoliberals.
Who've
Basically,
gone
that's
to
what he means.
university, especially. I mean, that's a big part of his.
Yes, neoliberals
Yeah.
usually have gone to universities.
Yeah.
What he misses, like, is the old conservative, sort of I guess, more of a northern, like uneducated elites, like uneducated rich people that are becoming less and less like visible. But he's saying that, I'm not saying that old elite has gone away. I'm saying that the new elite is also there. So, okay, but then what is the meaning of elite, you motherfucker? By definition, there has to be one group of elites because they run things, first of all. Second of all, I mean, he plays, look, him, Jordan Peterson, Matt Walsh, all these fucking new right bullshitters, all they do, man, is that it's the same technique that, astrologers, I thought, astronomers, thank God I didn't say astronomers, but astrology, palm reading, it's the same thing. You say things that are just vague enough. And just, broad enough. And like there is a group of people, rich, powerful, and highly affluent, Camille, that are running the world. Is that like that? Like, of course, we know that, motherfucker. The question is who
and
they
they've gone
are.
to university.
They've gone to some of them, not all, but overwhelming majority. Like, oh no, like, oh wow, okay, thank you. And I mean, you have to give them though. You have to give them that they have the uncanny ability to. This one sentence for them they managed to make books out of it. I don't know how, but they managed to make books and like long videos out of it and talk about it for hours and hours, that there is a group of people who are different than me, who are richer.
Well, it says it's based on 20 years of research.
Yeah, 20 years of research. Yeah. And Aaron Bastani keeps pointing him out, keeps pointing it out to him that, okay, what you're saying is just nothing new or original, or yes, the children of, like, some of it's just so funny. Like, we're going to talk about him more. RFK. Look at one of the people he would consider of the new elite. RFK is like a climate change sort of guy, Robert Kennedy guy, Oh.
Man, that was a surprise when I heard that.
The dying dinosaur.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
It'll be hard for him to point out that Biden is old, He might himself pass away as he completes that sentence. Biden is so.
Biden is great. Yeah, I know. But anyway, RFK is typical of what he's talking about, let's say, like the new elites. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, he's a bit of a special one, RFK.
Yeah, he's older. Yeah, he's much older. But he's more talking about, I guess, I don't know, like more like, what are we talking?
I mean, Brianna.
Brianna, Great.
Because his bar is just to go to university and make like 100,000 pounds.
She's still renting, but elite. but she's elite. But let's say RFK.
Literally, that was his standard. I mean, his main thing is having gone to university, because Bastani takes the extreme example. Not even extreme. A lot of people are like that. He's like, so you're telling me like the person at the NGO who like, you know, some local charity NGO makes like £30,000 a year and has
Yes.
gone to university. That's the
By the way, I'm elite scammer right now. By the way, I mean, it's just this is like he's the exact opposite of RBN, Revolutionary Black Network. That whoever like they think like
actually no,
you know
I
what I
mean,
mean, like
yeah, but he's just like
opposite or
them
no,
in a
the
way.
same. He's the
Yeah.
same. No, you're right. Yeah, but sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah,
No,
but this, if
yeah,
you
they
have
think
3
if
meals a day, you're you're part of the bourgeoisie.
you're elite. Did you have appetizers,
And
you
of course,
motherfucker?
and his other
Did you
second
have soup?
point is kind of that, you know, we blame everything on racism, but everything is not due to racism and there are other
Oh,
factors.
sure. Wow, what
Yeah.
an original fucking point of view. But I would say though, man, the motherfucking left Marxism started all this, and increasingly I'm realizing, yeah, Marxism with all its, there is no there are elites within, I think, each, like, let's say, sector, industries, things, but there is no one elite, maybe. Or if there are, it's just too few people to really be talking about as a class. We just should talk about it as a families or individuals.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's just, yeah, he's a very reductive point of view, but he's very aggressive about it. But I love how Aaron Bastani is very calm, and he's like, yeah, but there is nothing here. There's nothing original here about anything. And he's like, no, but no, I'm arguing that
Yeah.
it's just this new
That
elite
everything
now
is not
has
due to
evolved.
racism. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
now people
Oh,
go to university and then
no,
I
but
mean
just
there
the
is some
RFK
truth to
point.
everything he kind of says. I mean, to his two
Oh,
main
sure.
things.
That's
what,
what I
yeah.
wanted to say.
Yeah.
Like the RFK point I wanted to make is that RFK talks about in the Breaking Point interview about his grandfather. His grandfather was famously accused of being a bootlegger, a criminal, all that type of thing. Guess what, motherfucker? Same elites that you're talking about, they sent their children to universities. They didn't want their children to become a bunch of fucking racist hooligans, right? Even though they were racist hooligans. Even Trump's dad sent Trump to Wharton. Trump sent his children to, again, I think Wharton Business School and other places. Because guess what, motherfucker? They like those guys. These are those guys. Like their cultural values changed, but their financial, you know what I mean? Like that's why cultural criticism is so limited in the end, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Like
and
you should get angry. You should be angry at the people he idolizes so much for sending their children to a school he didn't like. Basically, that's my advice to him.
Yeah.
Don't
and
you
then
agree?
at the end of the video, if anybody wants to watch it, there's like the more spicy, controversial bit where he makes kind of comment about race.
But the intellect. Oh yes, I completely forgot about this. Oh my God, no, I am being way too sympathetic to this idiot, man. I completely forget about his Charles Murray thing and all that. Yeah.
No, I mean he didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't say anything too messed up until really this part of the.
No, man. But Aaron Bastani gave him way to like so many chances to clarify,
of
and he didn't
course.
clarify.
Yeah,
because he didn't clarify. No, I'm not saying that he's a racist actually, but he clearly knows his own audience and he doesn't want to alienate racist audience. So he doesn't come out and say, no, of course I don't mean, skin color and intelligence are not related. He doesn't say that. Why? Because he doesn't want to alienate. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, I forgot about that part. Wow. Yeah. What is with the fucking people recently trying to I've told you about Charles Murray and his fucking book, right? The bell curve, right?
Sounds familiar.
You don't. I told you about him like 5-6 times.
Well, maybe I'll remember the concept. I just forgot the name.
Charles Murray is a guy who wrote this book in 70s or 80s that is about the idea that IQ and race are related, which
Yeah.
then every scientist came out and said, what the fuck do you mean by IQ? What the fuck do you mean by race? What is this like bullshit you've written? Like famously, Mismeasure of Man is a famous book, debunks the Charles Murray book.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah. So he has been associated with those ideas in an interview that I forgot about that. Race and intelligence, race, whatever that means, a skin color, I think is what they mean by race. I'm not sure.
But yeah, it's not a bad listen. I mean,
It's
people
not
in
a
the
bad.
US
Arm
would like
does
it
a
as
great
well.
job, I think.
Yeah, I think if they, it's not about UK in that sense. You don't need to know all about UK politics or something to find it
It was just,
interesting.
to be fair, it was amazing to listen to, because according to this, I am elite and you're elite, and pretty much everybody I know is elite.
Yeah.
So that's good. Life is not as bad as people think.
Speaking of elite.
Oh yeah, two elite, highly educated,
I actually haven't seen this. So Prince Harry and Meghan say they had near catastrophic car chase with paparazzi.
Put the Guardian article next to it. These fucking little, they're literally like, she's such a. I mean, this is out of a playbook. I don't believe a single word of it. Do you know how Princess Diana died?
Like the tunnel, right? Like she had a car accident in the tunnel.
Yeah, but why? What's the controversy about that?
Oh yeah,
the
like
whole thing?
oh yeah, true. That like the driver was trying to get away from paparazzis or something.
Yes, yes. Apparently, paparazzis were following them, and they were trying to get away from paparazzis and all that. And now this is talking about history repeating itself, first as a tragedy, then as a farce. I mean, wow. Truly, wow. Like, this is truly a farce, if anything. Like, they're trying to recreate, getting some attention. Me and my wife were in a near catastrophic. We were going to the airport to go to Botswana. And then in the before going to Botswana, we were in near catastrophic accident. And jeez, fuck off. Just, I mean, you want to hear what happened a bit? Because I'm giving a very one-sided sort of a thing. I feel like I'm giving a very one-sided.
Megyn Kelly, Jesus Christ.
What did she say?
I lived in Manhattan for 17 years, and it's not possible to have a 2-hour car chase.
Oh my God! Is that what they claimed?
I don't know. Apparently,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Too many street lights, stop signs, too much foot car traffic. Hold on a second. Let me listen to this bit here.
Other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and 2 NYPD officers. Event in New York. A spokesperson for Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle say the couple and Meghan's mother were all involved in a near catastrophic car chase after being followed by paparazzi for over 2 hours after a charity event in New York City. Quote, this relentless pursuit lasting over 2 hours.
Okay, they later on they talk about that, they don't want unwanted publicity, blah blah. If you don't want unwanted publicity, first thing you do, fire your spokesperson. Second thing you do, you don't go to fucking charity events. Sorry.
2 hours resulted in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and 2 NYPD officers.
Some commentators online are calling foul on the Sussex's story. Megyn Kelly tweeted, I lived in Manhattan for 17 years and it is not possible to have a 2-hour car chase there. Too many street lights, stop signs, too much foot car traffic, and hundreds of places you could safely pull over to protect yourself. So it sounds like, what I'm reading here says maybe they were being followed by people on bikes and scooters, actually, who were on the sidewalk. So maybe that.
Jesus Christ. It's like some ninja movie.
Yeah. No, but I think I know what happened, man. We live in Tehran in the parts that is very like old, parts. It's all like tiny alleys and all that, right? You know, like it's typical middle class stuff. My mom and sister are the same. Whenever they have like the tiniest, like, you know, like some car just like mildly rubbed against their car, they're like, oh my God, I was in a near-death accident. My son, I was dying today, my son. Oh, yeah, I think it's this. Probably that's what happened in Manhattan, because I had no idea it was in Manhattan. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, high-speed car. What is it? It's not a German autobahn. What is so
For
yeah,
2 hours,
I think
yeah.
that's what happened. No, what do you think? They were
Yeah, I mean, it
probably
sounds
like
a bit, sounds a bit weird.
they bumped into a bicycle and they were like, oh, near-death experience.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do you want to watch? I don't want to do this, but
No, there's
I
nothing
can.
to watch. I thought there'd be a clip
No,
or
but
something, but
no, there is a debate.
oh no, I
Watch the
don't.
debate. No, you don't want to watch the debate.
No.
Okay, good. Let's move on. Let's.
Alrighty, Sam. So let's continue. We have a bunch of good fun stuff today. So what's this about?
So there was that National Conservative Conference thingy in UK, and there were kind of a couple of like crazy stuff that happened. Let's take a look at some of them. I mean, I'm interested to know your take, because I might have a weird
Okay.
sort of
All right.
anti-democratic take as usual.
Shall I press
Go
play?
ahead. Sure.
New conference. And they're there to celebrate British nationalism. The National Conservatism Conference brings together some of the country's most famous headbangers. Great Replacement Theory aficionado Douglas Murray will be there. You can also see Lee Anderson, young Will Bob and support for the feudalism, radically disraces a society. The services.
How much do you love your country? How much do you love the values that you claim?
Please go in the beginning.
How much do you love your country? How much do you love the values that you claim to defend? Do you love them enough to tweet under your own name? Do you love them enough to change your child's school to one that's less woke and ignore the impact on your social status? Do you love them enough to do more than simply chat to your friends who already agree with you at dinner parties? For heaven's sake, man, stand up and be counted. As Russell Crowe says in the film Gladiator, a clip I regularly play for my staff, hold the line, stay with me. What we do in life echoes in eternity. Will your life echo hollow with cowardly hypocrisy, or will it echo with courage, valiance, and honor? The choice is yours. Strength and honor be with you all. Now get yourselves to detention.
Do you love your country enough to tweet under your own name?
Jesus Christ, man. I love how those two are the same. They're like equally hard, tweeting under your own name and at a dinner party telling people. I don't know why she differentiated between those two. I would say they're equally hard or easy, and yeah, they're the same. Because for one of them, her,
she was saying she was saying that those two are no,
because she was saying, do you have the guts to tweet under your own name, right? But then she's like, are you willing to do more than just talk about it during dinner parties with people who agree with you?
No. She was saying no. She was saying that, are you willing to demonize yourself in pop parties?
No, not at parties.
She was saying they're equals. I think she was saying they're equal. Make yourself like making the awkward.
No, she's not saying that at all. Look,
with
she's saying it's not
hypocrisy, or will it echo with courage, valiance, be counted? As Russell Crowe says in the film Gladiator, them enough to change your child's school to one that's less woke and ignore the impact on your social status? Do you love them enough to do more than simply chat to your friends who already agree with you at dinner parties?
Oh,
for heaven's sake.
Yeah, but listen, I forgot about that. The child one is the funniest one.
Like,
how do you go? Okay, is this St. Mary's School or that St. John's School less woke? I'm pretty sure they're both the same. How do you figure that out?
That's a very UK thing, though. No, that's a very UK thing because of the whole, public is school, state is school type thing,
So which one of them is woke and the other one isn't?
Well, not. I mean, depend. Yeah, I get. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what's the situation. She's a headmistress. By the way, I was educated by people just like her, and hence that's why I'm fucked up. So if you know why,
She's
like
too
literally,
funny.
I've heard so many speeches like that, both about Iran and about UK. And in case of Iran, I've heard this speech both about Iranian Republic, Islamic Republic, and Iranian, like sort of what was it, the monarchy? So
Yeah.
it was just like I'm confused now. What the fuck
This is
is
too
valid?
funny.
But
What is a
anyway,
headmistress?
but
She's like the head of this
principal.
principal.
Prince, yeah, basically.
The
But
gladiator
yeah,
at your staff. I wonder,
yeah,
like, in which setting, like when they have
that's
big
okay.
meetings in the gym
Is that
or like small ones.
is that can you report your boss to HR for that? Like forcing you to watch like Gladiator
During
for
the
like
pandemic
the
on Zoom
50th
videos,
time.
she's just playing this clip.
And but she's not playing. I thought she's gonna say. I mean, the famous scene is the "Are you not entertained?" You know, that is like, you know, how it's bad to do violence. But no, she plays like that weird scene from. I mean, wow, it's just yeah.
What is she pumping up the teachers for? Like they go back to the classroom and do what exactly? Like,
Kanyar, let me tell you, as a teacher, when you go into the class, you need to be ready to do physical action if need be. There is always one student you need to take on physically. There is always one.
because I didn't even realize until now that she works at a school, so it makes even less sense.
Oh yeah.
Like take it
No,
easy.
she's yeah. Oh, that's the thing, man. If you people who have the least experience with war and any physical actual like difficulty tend to valorize it the most. And
How
I
many
find
times
it
do you
just
think
to
she's
be
read that book, The Art of War, by like that's definitely her favorite
Zung
book.
by
I'm
Su
surprised she
Zung.
didn't bring it up. I bet you she brought it up earlier on. Or
Yeah,
in
I'm
previous
sure in the
speeches.
dinner parties with. By the way, going to the National Conservative Conference and talking about people going to, you know, dinner parties where everybody like this is like the countrywide dinner party for your lot. And yeah, I'm pretty sure she brought that
I'm
book
dead.
up. I'm sure she brought up Machiavelli's The Prince.
Yeah, for sure. She just reads
That's
those all the
sadly
time.
that
And
book.
you know that book, Seven Habits of
That's a good
Successful
book.
People? Oh, which one?
The Prince. No, The Prince
Yeah,
by
of course the
Machiavelli.
Prince is a bit different,
No, the Seven Habit. No, I don't know if she. No, I think she
No, I
would
think
be.
she
No,
reads that
she's.
too.
No, man. She's a conservative British type. She's old. She's not that nice. She looks down on that 90s. She's like that lady from the Weakest Point. You remember?
Hey, she's not that old, but yeah.
Weakest Link. The Weakest Link.
Yeah.
You know what?
Bye-bye.
No, I know, but she's that generation. You know, like I didn't mean to do an
Bye-bye.
age thing. So that yeah. So by the way, let's remember what courage. Go further back. We want to go further back. We want to watch all the clips from the conference. No, not that far. No,
Yeah, I know
just
this was
admit, when I
Yeah,
go
no.
further back,
I was looking if I skipped one.
I just mean. No, but yeah. But before that, though, I would say that there was a time courage meant actually, and that's why, by the way, I love our interview with Norman Finkelstein, because even though I disagree with him on the value of many of the 1960s leaders, he's right. They were courageous, man. They actually put their fucking physical bodies on the line. You know what I mean? Like that does feel like different than, are you courageous enough to tweet? Are you courageous enough to, not see your friend for a month or so? What the fuck?
The school one, no.
I am courageous to, maybe I am courageous to like a tweet, but not tweet on my own.
Oh, but
that's how far my courage goes.
Too funny.
Yeah, now play this one. This is, you remember, Sir? Not Sir, Lord.
Yeah,
Jacob.
I'll never forget this guy's face.
This is the youth wing of the conservative.
Yeah, oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Don't mock it.
He's like the old, he's like the first son, the older brother in succession,
Yeah, he's exactly that. He's exactly that. He's like, oh my God, Connor, you're so right. He's British, Connor. Go ahead, sir.
No grease paint, but bright lights. National conservatism. Excuse me. Yes.
But with a cool accent at the very least. Sorry, I'm just going to put it a bit louder. Connor doesn't
amazing.
have anything going on. At least this guy has
No,
an
Connor
accent.
has a good a good American accent. Very,
No, but
very
this is like,
clean,
you know,
I would say.
particular British accent. No, yeah, no.
True.
And
This
an
is
American
hard,
accent doesn't play that big of a role. You know, you either sound American or you don't. And...
I really like a clean American accent and a soft Southern American accent.
Yeah.
Soft Southern American accent is so sexy. It's just like, I find it very sexy.
Ladies and gentlemen, you all look very nice people, and I'm sure you are fantastically nice people. But I would like to draw your attention to a few characteristics of fascism.
Well, thank you very much.
Lord, I only realized now. So this guy was protesting?
Watch. Yes.
Well, there we go. Our jolly good fellow has had to leave, but we believe...
Man,
we believe in freedom of speech. So he can have his National Loonies Conference next week, and he can see how many people he gets to come along.
We believe in freedom of speech until he said fascism, and then I took away his mic because I was.
Hey, I mean, fascism is annoying.
Yeah, well,
maybe that was his only issue. He didn't care about anything else, but no.
Just
now that you brought this up.
No, I mean, I think that's a bit unfair because it was like a speech that, it wasn't like a seminar, and I don't know. I'm just generally, but did you see how polite he was? Did you see how gentleman? He was like, excuse me, would you mind for a second? And then he was like, you're all lovely, ladies and gentlemen, but I would like to bring your attention. Like, this is like British culture at its best. I feel funny. Like, fascist gathering in Oxford and then an anti-fascist coming politely. Would you mind if I tell you that how you're a fascist? And you
too funny.
So
national conservatism. Excuse me. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you all look very nice people.
It's just so funny the way he does it.
So nice. And let me play this
Home
one.
Secretary.
That was too funny.
Conservatism is
happened when Home Secretary Suella Braverman gave her address.
Defining conservatism is undoubtedly a challenge. Defining
What is the next line of that? We welcome you unless you come on a boat, unless you are brown.
Man, the security team.
Hide behind cultural nonsense.
Go ahead, sir. No, that's it.
Right. Oh. Anyone else?
She loves it, obviously. I mean,
Lord, that security company also loves it. Next year they're gonna be like, okay, based on last year, we're charging
based on
you.
last year's research, guys.
We're doubling the price.
You need at least 50 people for per person. Yeah. I would say, first of all, I don't think protests work in general, but I would say before going into my main.
That second guy was huge, though. He could have caused some trouble
if
he
wanted.
wanted.
To discuss. You read my mind. That's what I wanted to leave for.
If you wanted to, that guy, like if he shook his arms and shit, and like started like just.
I haven't seen a fat guy this fat. Like, oh my God. Like, what was that? Was that like a tank? Go to his image. Go to what? Go to. But before, yeah, he's huge, man. Go
Yo,
there,
this
yeah.
security guard
Look at
must,
that.
man. If you
Yeah, look at that's a security guard. They have to be like above like 5'7" or something. I don't know.
This guy with the beard looks more experienced, though. He came in quickly.
But you know what? I promise you. You know what's his specialty sport in UK? I know it.
Snooker.
Can you guess?
Cool.
It's either that or a darts. It's either snooker. It's one of
Like I
one
swear,
of the
oh my
two.
God, darts will literally like probably create an English pub.
Yeah, it was
Declare the
as
national
it's a sport, Cameron. It's a sport. No, but I was gonna say, Suella Braverman is the best sort of example for my case that I've been making to you and many other people. That these people are not racist; they're culturalists. You know what I mean? Like, they have a very specific idea of what British culture or American culture is, and they like, as long as they don't give a shit about your skin color, they just. But then there are racists out there who are genuinely a skin color focused.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. I mean, it's usually like that. They don't care. Yeah, I mean, as long as you have say the same things, then they're usually fine with you.
No, man, Germans famously.
Yeah, I mean, they were that is fair. But
Charles Murray type people who are saying that if you're black, your intelligence is different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, there is a.
But I mean, there's a lot of places where they accept this in major parties.
Except which?
I mean, it's very common. Yeah, it's very common for So you're referring to the fact she's like, no. I mean, let's say if they don't mind letting like someone with like Indian background or someone into their political party, as long as they say the same thing.
No, sure. I was just making a nuance. There is a nuance difference between extreme culturalist and a racist, and I think like, for
there's
example,
probably
in
a
the
lot
UK,
of
I don't think you don't
overlap,
have racist. I don't know, overlap. I actually think because these people, both of them, are crazy, I would imagine they have thought about their position long enough to, separate themselves. Like,
No,
I would say UK
in
is more.
I'm just general aspects of it.
They politically overlap in policies. I agree with that. They politically overlap, but not in grouping, I don't think. Well, like in UK, I would say they're largely like culturalists, like Nigel Farage type, anti-EU type. But like like Marie Le Pen, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
You tell me. Does she have
I think if you go down the culturalist path, though, a lot of people you can easily categorize them as that, but.
Sure, but some are extremists, some are just
sure.
Well, anyway,
okay. Sticking to the UK, that was fun. Thank you for that.
But this is the most fun. This is the fun. Let's watch.
Do you want to say anything before I play it? Yeah, we'll just play it.
So Matt Hancock was the minister during COVID. He was the Minister of Health. He's considered to be the funniest conservative person living, possibly. Famously, the video leaked of him making out with his, what was it, like his assistant or whatever, that led to him getting a divorce and losing his job. And the fact that he made out with his assistant was breaking the COVID rules, which, by the way, just showed how stupid COVID rules were. So, and he was cheating. It's just and then he did that. He's trying to he keeps trying to become a media personality. He went on Celebrity Get Me Out of Here. He wore a turtleneck and did an interview. He's trying hard, man. He's trying hard. So let's watch this.
But what has happened to you?
Yeah.
Over the past 2 years,
yeah.
In office, then you're forced to resign over in
Falling in
relationship
love with
with
somebody, yeah.
falling in love. Well, you know,
Falling
you're
in love
further
and breaking your own rules.
Lewis,
You're the one
actually,
who,
just stop.
You're the
Lewis,
one who
stop,
mentioned-
stop. Lewis, stop. I'm a human being, right?
Yeah. And you're,
Okay.
and you're a
No,
Secretary of State.
don't interrupt me now, because I'm going to say something that I'd like you to listen to. I'm a human being. John's question is leading up to essentially how do you cope with this amount of stuff as a human being? And part of the answer is that, of course, politicians, have to take the rough with the smooth. And I have learned a huge amount about resilience. But I also now am just not interested in having people just go over old coals again and again and again. It's not fair and it's not right, because we are human too.
Of course,
and I have put myself through the most extraordinary amount of scrutiny over everything that happened. And
I know
the
that's
inquiry
so funny
will
the way he
rightly
does
do
that.
that again in a proper format for learning the lessons for the country, and I'm enthusiastic about playing my part in that. But I'm also now perfectly willing and totally within my rights to say,
But you chose to be in public life. You chose.
Man, their clothing is just too funny. Starting with him, he's trying to be like so casual, he's just so casual. Like, what the hell are you wearing, This guy,
This
he
guy's
got
clothing
it from
is-
the 80s, his clothes. And the other guy's funny too.
No, I mean, the other guys just
Early
old, man.
2000s. Yeah, that's true. He's just
Yeah, he's so old,
But
man.
Mark
He's
Hancock,
just
he's
so-
so funny. He's just trying to be
Yeah,
dressed
but
so
play to the
casual,
end. Yeah, well,
He's at home on a Sunday.
Completely legitimate.
yeah, I mean, this is
for
his
people
normal.
and journalists to continue.
and totally within my rights
This
to
is
say,
normal.
But you chose to be in public life. You chose to be the Secretary of State. You could have walked away at any time. So it
Absolutely.
is perfectly legitimate for people and journalists to continue to ask you questions about your record in that time. You were by your own admission. It was an enormous event of global
that's right.
import.
And
But
what
people
I'm
have the
saying
right
is,
to
yeah,
ask you.
absolutely. And I have
You
answered.
talk about resilience, but it doesn't sound very resilient when you're
No,
answering in that
because
way.
actually, I'm now leaving Parliament, right? I care about the future of the country and about the future of the Conservative Party, so I want to talk about these things. But I'm also a human being, right?
Of course.
And one of
We're
the
all human
reasons, so I'm absolutely up for scrutiny on the substance, but I'm also, I think it's also reasonable to say enough is enough.
Well, first of all, I mean, I like to point out that I want everyone to, make sure to know that he's a human being, Kat. He said
funny.
human being so many times that now I am kind of suspicious that he might not be
Yeah,
a
I
human
know.
being. Yeah. He's like, can you do a blood test? Do you mind doing a blood test? Just, I'm not
No,
sure if you're human.
seriously. Jesus.
But
It kind of
go
reminds me
to-
of kind of
Oh,
reminds me of Elizabeth Holmes,
Oh, sure,
And the
yeah.
person who wrote the story, like, yeah, she's also a mother and she's that. I'm like, okay. You can say that about
Yeah,
everyone. Everyone's a human.
She wakes up in the morning, has to pee. The
Yeah.
kidneys are full of,
Man, Hancock is the
No.
first human to work in government. I think that's his...
Go to the part where he says stop. Go to that part.
Oh yeah, at the beginning.
It's sort of middle-ish.
Yes, you're the one
Actually,
who,
just to stop.
falling
You're
in love
further
and
than
breaking your
Oh,
own
that's
rules.
that.
Lewis,
You're the one
actually,
who,
just to stop.
You're the
Lewis,
one who
stop.
mentioned- You-
Lewis, stop. I'm a human being, right?
yeah. And you're,
Okay,
and you're a
no.
Secretary of State.
Don't interrupt me now, because I'm going to say something that
Wait,
I'd like you to listen.
That's not interruption.
You see that? Did you see that? Did you see that though? That was like, don't interrupt me now. And then because you don't have the charisma or the authority for anybody to listen to you, because I would like you to listen to what I like to say, and I love you. It's like, oh my God, like
So
this is,
funny.
oh my God. He was a fucking minister, man. Like a
And now he's
minister
just a normal bloke.
health.
That's like he went from minister to I
Well,
don't know what. This Sunday
I mean,
dad.
But I mean, before that, like I'm just saying, as a consistent being, he was at some, like this creature before us, groveling like a little rat He used to be a fucking minister. That is like I used to like it's so stupid, but seriously, like can Conservative Party slightly do better? Like, can we get rid of him and Graham Chaps? Like, please.
Too funny. Alrighty, Sam, let's continue. What do we have next?
So I don't know if you heard, but as we discussed, Assad was back in the Arab League, and as this news article has put it, everybody covered it like this: Arab League returned to Syria, not the other way around. So DW, France 24, all these channel, Al Jazeera even, they were very upset that there was no concessions made by Assad regime before. And are they like what? Because they won the war, and they keep saying it. They say, "Oh yeah, Assad is saying that he's won the war," and they proclaiming victory. It's like, what? It happened. It's like, what do you mean?
No,
like,
he
no,
lost.
like,
That's why he's still there.
What you? Deny reality.
That's why he lives in Paris.
Yes, what the fuck are you doing? And then they talk about the fact that what are the concerns of Arab nations? One of the main one being that Syria has basically been turned into a sort of a drug factory, and they're exporting fentanyl all throughout Arabia. So that's a big concern. But play a bit of the DW or France 24. I forget which one I sent, but they were crying.
Zelensky arrived in Jeddah today as leaders from the Arab League countries gather in.
Zelensky also is just traveling everywhere, doing a sort of I'm here now. I'm pranking G7. I'm here now. Oh, Arab League, I'm here. And he finally got his fucking F-16s. So I don't know. Hopefully, I guess there is more escalation in the Russian-Ukraine war. So that's great. Sorry.
In the Saudi port city for a summit. The Ukrainian president is just one of the unexpected guests at the talks, with Bashar al-Assad's arrival last night making waves. The Syrian president is attending the event for the first time in more than a decade, thanks to a diplomatic push from Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to bring Assad back into the fold, 12 years after its membership was suspended over the bloody crackdown against Arab Spring protests, which spiraled into a devastating civil war. Well, for some analysis of this controversial arrival at that summit, we can speak to Ahmed Ben Shemsi from Human Rights Watch. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Ben Shemsi. Now, this was something of a last-minute decision from the Arab League. It was announced earlier this month. What do you think prompted it?
Possible. This guy, by the way, is hilarious. He's delusional. He's like, no, human rights is separate from geopolitics, and we will continue. I'm sure Assad and his stuff, they will be brought to justice. Yeah, sure, but sure. But yeah, as you can see, they are very. I mean, she mentioned Arab Spring, man. I am so. Tunisia is turning into a complete dictatorship now too.
Yeah.
You right about that? All those people who were that was so, man, this is one of my proud moments in university. All these fucking idiots who were excited about Arab Spring, and they were like, oh, this is good. Revolutions are always bad, you fucking dumbasses. Sorry.
Jesus.
No, I mean, come on. Tell me one good thing that came out of Arab Spring. Like, I mean, well, one good thing maybe we can mention, but one good government that came out of nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
embrace the dark side. So this was the at the end I was a bit not sure. I was like, embrace the dark side. But yeah, it was just so yeah, that's nice. That was fun.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
have
yeah.
any comments for Assad?
No. I mean, I thought it was gonna even be harsher what she said. But
DW is I'm surprised. DW is generally much more ideological than France 24.
yeah,
Don't you
that
find?
would make sense. I see that.
You're so anti-Russian and anti-Assad.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
how come? Germany has more I'm surprised Germany is usually, I thought, would be less, because more financial relations with,
I don't know, maybe Germans, I don't know. Maybe they feel like they really have to commit to something. So they're
That's
just
true,
all
yeah.
the...
Maybe they're
But
making up for Austria, because Austria is,
does this
Maybe.
guy... Oh, actually, oh, shit. Of course. I wanted to say this. Oh, well, yeah, no wonder I forgot. But because the story wasn't really about that. But one person said something interesting the other day and talking about, Prince Mohammed bin Salman and, everything that happened after he took power in Saudi Arabia and how how he went after the other princes and all this. And he was like, a lot of people in there, maybe you won't find it that interesting, but I had never thought of it. He was like, a lot of people when they analyze Saudi Arabia, they forget to, talk about how tribe-based it is. And so sometimes when there is a change of hand like this, they would go in order to show that,
Well,
you and your tribe are the more powerful ones. You go after the other princes and things like that.
No, it was tribe-based, but then again, somebody wiped out the rest of the tribe for his own, sort of very much his own very small family.
Are you talking about him, or are
That's
you going back to the...
No, I'm talking about Mohammed bin Salman. It was tribe-based, but Mohammed bin Salman changed that.
Well, he was talking about MBS, yeah.
No, he was wrong. It wasn't a tribal. No, he was wrong. It wasn't a tribal.
I don't think the person was necessarily saying that. They just pointed that part out.
The tradition, yeah, I know what he meant, though, because the tradition was that because the tribe of Assad was big, you would have this one guy be the king, but the son of the other cousin or the son of the brother, I forget, whatever the system was, would be the heir to the throne, and then they would switch. And I think it was it was a tribal system. It's not anymore, it seems. I mean, unless they kill MBS, which I think.
But I don't see how that. But I mean, that's exactly what that person, I guess, was saying. I mean, it wasn't taking the analysis all the way there, just pointing out why there was a lot of fighting, you can say, in the beginning when he took power.
Oh, okay. No, that's okay. Okay, fair. No, I thought you were saying it's still tribal.
No.
He said.
No.
But you did say in the beginning it's tribal.
You just refuse to listen with an open mind.
No,
you already take a position before anything is said.
Sure, that's
you don't even know the topic, and you already.
I disagree. No, but you did say it is.
Perhaps there's a good chance I didn't.
I'm just saying it was tribal.
But that wasn't anyway. That wasn't part of the story. That wasn't my main point anyway.
So what was your main point?
That when trying to understand what MBS's rise to power and what happened in the beginning, and now there is more, it's like, kind of settled and all this, is to just not forget the tribal, I guess, previously tribal aspect of Saudi Arabia.
Sure.
I didn't say it was some breaking revelation. Okay, ChatGPT told me this.
But ChatGPT, Saudi Arabia, any thoughts?
Political thoughts.
Don't forget about tribal aspect.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was and Zelensky was going around begging. We have a bigger prince, now we have a bigger president. I hate this piece of shit so much, man, with his shitty attire. Why doesn't he dress formal? Like, one of the minimum requirements of being a global leader, one of the minimum sufferings they have to go through, so they have to wear a shitty suit. And no, I'm wearing as if he's like in the front lines. Yeah, he needs to be camouflaged with the background. He needs to have that camouflage quality in case if a Russian spies. Sorry.
And then what do we have here? Oh, yeah, this I couldn't bring myself to.
It was just a discussion about the Ukrainian counteroffensive, and it's gonna, who knows? Every video I watch about the details of like Russian military or Ukrainian military, everybody's like, yeah, so Ukrainian military is lying like all the time, and then Russian military is also lying all the time. So yeah, we don't know anything. So
yeah.
Like, I don't know if you heard Russia claim they took over Bakhmut, and then Ukrainians said that no, they didn't take over Bakhmut. So
yeah, maybe I heard something.
Well,
and
can you confirm either way, or from Geneva? No.
Let me go outside.
Yeah,
and take
me
a
neither.
look.
From Tehran, I try to talk. I go near the drone factory. Try to talk about the the people who work there. See if they have any
drone factory.
I don't know. People genuinely think war is something like they can know about, or like, motherfucker, like 5 years after it's done, they will tell you where they draw the borders. Maybe.
Seriously, but yeah,
that's nice. But
so
it
yeah, I
was an
didn't get to
interesting
watch
talk,
this.
though.
A lot going
It was
on here
fun.
with the backgrounds.
The backgrounds are all very bland. You're right. Yeah. I love when people try. Yeah, I find like simple backgrounds are the best usually. Saying that with a fucking globe, right?
No, you have a really nice. I vote your
But the
background the
globe,
best.
okay, it's a gift.
But yeah, okay, all right.
Sorry, go ahead. Next. You sent me this, so I'm sure you heard about this.
Yeah, so I mean, this actually, so the news is Montana governor bans TikTok, right? And apparently went through the state or the Senate or the Senate or Congress, and then it went all the way to the governor's desk, and he signed the bill banning TikTok. And I found this news to be a little bit, I guess, what did you think? I mean, you don't usually see in the US them outright banning things in this way.
That's the thing. Did you understand? I didn't understand. Is it banning, or is it like normal people can't have it, or is it just the governmental employees?
No, I believe it's completely Montana's personal and private data from the Chinese communists.
Really?
The Chinese communists, they're like, okay, if it costs anything more than $1 to host the data, people from Montana, we don't want it. If you manage to do it for $1 per year, anything more than that would be irresponsible waste of money. But from operating within state lines, no, it's for everyone. 10,000 per day for violators, including app stores found to host a social media application.
Oh, so no, this is app stores. They're going. No, this is okay. Then this man, I have to say, I'm just glad.
Why does this go with your theory of Iran and the US?
Yeah, exactly. It goes with no, not. I mean, my theory was that Iran is going through the 80s and all that, and America is the same, going through Iran's. Like Iran is going through America's 80s. America is going through Iran's 80s, and this definitely proves my theory for sure. But besides that, it's just right now I can definitely sit in Tehran and say there is no difference in terms of censorship and shit really between Iran and US
and Montana,
in terms of and Montana, at least Montana.
I mean, it's probably
Iran is just like Montana. That's what we're going for, Cam. Should we?
I mean, for sure it's gonna it's gonna be fought out in court and shit like that, but
yeah, and for sure Tehran is much more developed and people are much more civilized than people in Montana. Let's not get it wrong. But yeah, no, but it's good luck to yeah, this sincere, you know,
Just reading this
because
sentence is so funny. To protect Montanans' personal and private data from the Chinese Communist Party.
I'm sure, yeah, it's very important. You know, their shopping lists, their porn, you know, a history that's well. But yeah, good luck because you know, in the case of Iran, it took at least like a decade or so for the culture war to play itself out. So this is just the beginning. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to banning
perhaps.
whole app stores. But yeah, I don't know are you worried about because Montana is very nearby? Are you worried about Montanaians are famously likened to
yeah.
Canadians, and so yeah, are you worried about that or
No, but I
Canada,
mean,
the
if I
land of
was in
the?
the US though, I'd be like, this is an interesting thing.
Would you move out of Montana because of this?
Over TikTok, no, but like YouTube or something. I literally.
Yeah,
I
YouTube,
might
to be
have
honest,
to.
is yeah, I mean, to be fair,
Or
man,
get
I don't.
VPN. Your VPN says you're
Yeah,
in Florida.
yeah. Your VPN, your VPN is putting you in Kansas, Missouri. Like, oh,
National but state
yeah.
VPN.
I mean,
So
to be honest, if
ridiculous.
you, I was just surprised, to be genuinely honest. First, when you sent me this story, I was surprised to hear that Montana has electricity, let alone internet. So that's shocking to me.
Yeah.
You know, there are I hear people there. Is it true? Have you heard that they, you know, they do human sacrifices and all that? Have you heard that?
Perhaps.
Yeah, perhaps.
Now I guess we'll never know. They're banning TikTok. Next they'll ban, I don't know.
Yeah, if there was ever human sacrifice was to be published anywhere, it would have been TikTok, to be honest. So yeah, you're right.
Alrighty, Sam. So finally, an interesting Elizabeth Holmes story. She manages to, you know, get the most out of people or humiliate people the most. I think that's like her number one, you know, talent or whatever. Whoever she interacts with seems to humiliate them a lot. But this story, so she's going to prison today. So this New York Times piece that's been
really?
put out.
What a
yeah.
timely.
I know. I was like, what for? And man, you know, a story is bad, like I was saying, when either people from within your organization, so people from within New York Times are like, what the hell is this article that was written to Elizabeth Holmes? That doesn't make any sense. And then not only do outlets like New York Post say what the hell, but Business Insider and Fortune, no one is buying Elizabeth Holmes' reinvention. So it was just so funny. And yeah, it made me think of that Washington Post journalist.
Yeah, to be honest, it made me think of Amber Heard, because Amber Heard also bought. I'm sorry, not bought. I'm sorry. Had a child as a sort of a marketing move, and I was just wondering, don't you think in these cases should we be allowed to sort of eminent
But man, this article, I mean,
children?
put that aside though. I mean, this article though is just
I can't
hilarious because I mean, you know, she just
but it's a
it's
puff
as if the
piece.
person
She
found
paid
out
for a
that
puff
you
piece.
can be a human. She's
I
Elizabeth
know.
Holmes is human.
Her voice is normal. But don't you think we should eminent domain the children away from them? Because that seemed to me like the story kept saying she's a real mom. She's just like a mom. She misses her child. She's a mom. And you're like, yeah, that's very wrong. She shouldn't be a mom.
Yeah.
You know?
She wants you to forget about Elizabeth. She's just Liz now. Even her name reinvention, I'm like, that's just like a shortened version of the of the old one. At least go put something new. So is the voice. Oh my god.
Yeah, at least at least like Do the full Michael Jackson, like change your skin color or something.
I mean, do you think this journalist could be that dumb?
You're
Oh my
real
God. And then this is what I found out about the person who did this story. So the person who did this story, you know, her book in 2016, guess what I mean, it's just, it makes so much sense.
Sorry. What was it? It was misinformation.
No, think 2016, a bit too early for a book on 2016 to be about that.
Trump.
Yeah, getting close.
Fascism. Democracy.
She's the
fascism.
author of a memoir, Chasing Hillary, about covering Hillary Clinton, and co-wrote an adaptation of the book to television series. The Girls on the Bus. Oh my, and yeah.
She grew up where? She grew up in a Jewish family where? Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We know what kind of she's
but just too funny. So no wonder she did this.
Yeah, she's, you know what kind of freak she is? Yeah, Texas sort of Democrats writing Chasing Hillary. These are the freaks that are future of Democratic Party, you know, the sort of Austin. We are, you know, we are liberal socially. Yeah. We like to dress liberally, but not really. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus. Anyway, play a bit from the beginning. There is a point where Cenk says something which made me really worried about the whole TYT.
Recently, the New York Times published what appears to be a glowing profile of Elizabeth Holmes, who, of course, was the fraudster behind Theranos. Nonetheless, authentic, proven to be not fools that will Holmes
built her as an healthcare machine. Access to the youngest donors and that coming.
Say two, because why not? They couldn't find anyone who's actually suffering in the country. So why don't we go find a criminal and try to, you know,
launder her reputation.
Clean up her reputation. Anyway, so number one, there is a part of the story that I absolutely love, which is that it shows all of the so-called great men, the masters of the universe that corporate media always tells us about, morons. They all gave money to her. Henry Kissinger, the top finance guys, private equity, hedge funds, venture capital, every super famous people, super rich people, they all poured in money to her. None of them even checked to see if the thing worked. Nah, they're not all there.
Too funny.
Yeah, Cenk, you don't want to do this. You don't want to go down this rabbit hole.
Why?
He gets money from Jeffrey Katzenberg, man. One of the biggest idiots in Hollywood. The guy who was like in Lion King. Should we have Sir Elton John's, you know, iconic music there, or no? Maybe that no, that's bad for, like, seriously. Jeffrey Katzenberg, one of his notes as a producer was like, Elton John's song should not be included. So do you think? I'm sorry, but do you think he got his $40 million back from this fucking TYT channel? Like, you don't want, like, let's not encourage billionaires and millionaires into looking into what their investments like bring back. If they do that, frankly, there's a good chance YouTube, Google, all this shit is gonna be sort of, you know. I'm just saying, guys, let's not encourage people.
Too funny. But but yeah, anything else to add on this story? She's going to jail today for 11 years.
No, but let's go to one of the old genius men of the time that everybody respects. Yeah, let's play this.
Wow.
The next one here, this one, old Noam Chomsky, and just the Jeffrey Epstein story, it never really does die, does it? So let's go ahead and put this one up on the screen. This is, it's, you know, it's hard to say for somebody who is certainly respected. The book that we have literally on the shelf, which I've always thought was very important, foundational to understanding manufacturing consent and media incentives and all that by the intellectual Noam Chomsky, linguist, somebody, you know, I still do respect, I guess, somewhat intellectually.
You still respect his scholarship.
I can respect his scholarship. That said, we now have proof from the Wall Street Journal that Jeffrey Epstein moved $270,000 for Noam Chomsky and paid an additional $150,000 to an academic named Leon Botstein. So what the journal says is that this transfer between accounts for Noam Chomsky, the two academics, have all been confirmed, both by Chomsky as well as financial records that the Wall Street Journal has been able to get their hands on, says that Chomsky met with Epstein, not just the one time that we had previously said, but actually on multiple occasions. Now, Chomsky says that they, quote, met occasionally to discuss political and academic topics. And in response to those questions, actually what they say is that previously one of the payoffs, this is to Botstein, was 150 grand because he had Epstein had donated a sum to Bard that year as more than a $1 million donation. A spokesperson then said that they did receive this like weird pass-through donation through Leon Botstein. Not exactly sure what's going on there. You know, with Chomsky, he doesn't really have a particularly good explanation. He says he received a March 8, 2018 transfer of $270,000 from an Epstein account. He says, quote, "It was restricted to a rearrangement of my own funds and did not involve 1 penny from Epstein." He explained he had asked him for help, quote, "with a technical matter that involved the disbursement of common funds related to his first marriage." He says, "My wife died 15 years ago. We paid no attention to financial issues. We asked Epstein for advice. The simplest way would be to transfer funds from one account in my name to another by way of his office." Chomsky said he did not hire Epstein. It was just a quick and a simple transfer.
Man, Chomsky's much more gangster than we thought, eh? He needs to get some money moved. You know, someone's like, "So you're gonna call a bank?" He's like, "Don't worry, I know a guy. I know a guy." Pulls out his phone. Epstein. Jeffrey.
Jeff.
How's it going,
buddy? There is 270,000 of a dead woman lying.
He tells like a joke. He's like, "Have you heard this?" Imagine like Chomsky dirty joke.
I don't. Yeah, Chomsky. I don't wanna implicate you. So, a dead woman walks into a bar with 250,000.
Man, this can't be true. Can somebody else go to the other reporting? I feel like nobody's even like countering the story or anything.
Wait. Before we continue, this Justin, it turned out that Epstein also officiated the Chomsky wedding.
He needed a guy. Chomsky
he needed a guy to officiate the wedding, to say the holy vows. And according to the report, Ghislaine was the maid of honor for. What the fuck is going on?
Too funny, man.
I mean, I have, I don't know what should we do. Like, and we.
Why isn't anybody like telling another story? Like somebody first needs to tell Chomsky, "Shut up! You're not leaving anything up to imagination. You're confirming everything." Somebody else needs to come out and say, "No, he didn't," or.
No, but by the way, do you think what was the academic topics he was discussing? Do you think age of consent is an academic topic? Is that something they were discussing, or perhaps it was the vagina, another academic topic of interest, the vagina and how it works?
Oh, too funny.
Oh man, this is not funny anymore. This is not funny anymore. Like seriously, Epstein and you know the old adage, and by old I mean it's from 2008 movie, The Dark Knight. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Shit.
Chomsky, yeah.
Let's see. Maybe things change in a few weeks.
Yeah. For next week, well, things will change in a few weeks. Next week, Breaking Points won't have that book on the shelf anymore. I promise you that. Oh, God. So, anyways, but yeah, he played himself, didn't he?
So we got Elon Musk now.
Yes, and two developments regarding him.
Yeah. The second one is hilarious. So let's start with this one, I guess.
Sure.
Musk picked a fight with George Soros and made an interesting comment about Soros. He called him Magneto, the comic book supervillain. I'm definitely going to talk more about that to Brianna's utter delight in just a second. But why is he fighting with Soros? Well, maybe because Soros, apparently, according to the Washington Post, has sold off all its Tesla shares. So it could be that this is retribution. Musk.
Man, that's it, right? That was it.
No, we play a bit more for the CEO as well later. But
Oh,
I
the
would
CEO's
say
in this
that-
video as well?
Yeah, they discussed the new CEO.
No, that's
thing.
another video.
Oh, it's in this video too, I believe.
No.
But let's talk about the Soros thing. They are exactly the same people. It is fascinating that because Soros was the golden boy of post sort of 1990s, 80s sort of era, that the man who broke the pound, the man, and I used to hate him for that. Now I am much more sympathetic to a ghoul like him. But anyway, yeah, they are the exact same persons, but they don't like each other. It's very sad. It does.
Yeah.
I kind of sometimes feel Elon could be George Soros' son. They look very much like each other. Some pictures.
Yeah, and I guess some people are saying that Magneto. Yeah, this is like
Oh, that part is
racist.
I mean, that part is bullshit. The idea that because Magneto was also a Holocaust survivor, I mean, it might be what Elon Musk meant, but I doubt it. That he was trying to do a Jewish anti-Semitist thing. But I would say that it does remind me of my old argument that X-Men are the worst fucking
But hold
analogy
on.
for inequality in the fucking for real life. Sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I mean, I don't actually get this anyway, and reminds me of Magneto. But yeah, sorry, before going there, I just want to say, man, I've recently listened to Elon Musk a few clips here and there. He's he says the weirdest things. By that I mean the way he speaks is always different than everybody else. He never uses the same words.
Some
He was
people say
talking
he's
about
autistic.
no, he was talking about scarcity of resources or something, but he was using just a totally different word as what you hear other people say. So I'm just saying he has a weird way of, I don't know, the things that he says.
Yeah, sure. He's in South Africa.
Because I don't even get
diamonds.
this.
Well,
How does the analogy work here? If anything, it's
No,
he's
wait. Okay, the analogy works very well because Magneto is a bad guy. Soros is a bad guy. Okay, Magneto was a.
But
so,
the other guy is
he
more like the
hated humanity.
establishment, if anything. So then that means that the good guy,
Good
the guy in the
point, good point.
wheelchair,
Well,
and what's
maybe
it called?
okay, Magneto. That's okay. Maybe that's okay. You're right. Maybe that's
Yeah,
why
it's the
kind
other
of a
way
Jewish-
around.
Because Magneto was a Holocaust. Magneto just
Yeah.
like actually George Soros was a child when Holocaust happens, and he survives.
I don't think
Holocaust,
Elon
and
Musk knew
because of
that about Magneto. I don't.
I don't know. To be honest, I think he knew that about Magneto. I don't think he knew that about George Soros, who also that's exactly what happens to George Soros as well. He hides in somebody else's family or something. It's fucked up. But yeah, so maybe I don't know. You're a good point because Magneto is anti-establishment.
Yeah, he's
Soros,
yeah, exactly.
although Soros, man,
you could
when
say
I
is like
was
Professor X.
it's so funny. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but when I was growing up, though, Soros was the anti-establishment
yeah.
guy. Soros was the Elon Musk. When I was growing up, Soros in the newspaper
But now he's
was
not.
the Elon Musk of his
Yeah.
time. Yeah, exactly. I know what. Yeah, sure. You're right. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, brings me back to what I was saying about Elon Musk and his comments in general.
No,
they're always
think
weird.
that's just he's weird, man.
A sentence or phrase is just never. It's always usually weird.
But even you, a lot of South Africans, don't you? I always thought he has a lot of. He has South African in him. You know what I mean? Like South Africans, just the intonations sound weird when they talk. Do you remember from high school?
Yeah, but putting that aside, even if you.
No, I agree with you. He's also a weird
resource
guy, but I don't know.
collapse. Do you ever hear that? Yeah, he was talking about, there we go. There won't be danger of resource collapse.
I mean, the idiots that talk about this type of shit, yeah, sure.
They don't though. I mean, they don't say these. He's just, yeah.
He knows a couple of other big words too. I mean, sure.
But okay, now this is funny. Should I play a little bit?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Other big news with regard to Twitter, which is that you will recall some time ago, many months ago, Elon did his little Twitter poll and said, should I step down as CEO? And the yes, you should step down position won, but we hadn't gotten much movement there in terms of him moving aside. Well, we do now have a CEO who has officially been chosen. Her name is Linda Yaccarino. She's a high-level executive at NBC Universal, in charge of basically bringing in all of their advertising dollars. So she's very well versed in the world of advertising, in the world of corporate sponsors. That's where all her relationships allied, not so much on the tech side. And she's kind of coming in for criticism from all corners in terms of how she's likely to run Twitter, in terms of what her politics are. One of the things that really caught our eye is she actually interviewed Elon not that long ago, and she was pushing him on behalf of advertisers, corporations, to reinstate this influence council so that, corporate marketing heads could be in moderation.
But just for example, you've said you probably shouldn't tweet after 3 a.m.
Well, I've got myself
Probably good advice for all of us.
So this is her.
I've gotten myself into trouble a few times.
She's
I'm
also
very
been
aware
on
of
the
those.
WE thingy.
So after 3 a.m., you try to be people.
To tweet.
So they are very upset about that. Yeah.
It is a bit of a funny one, but then actually, this is some other interesting stuff, breaking points, which is how much, let me see if they say it here.
One of the advertising executives to run the whole joint.
I think it's just very clear what happened here. Bought it for $44 billion. He paid probably $15-20 billion more than it was actually worth after the downturn. Now he's stuck with it, couldn't get out of it after suing. And it had his fun. Tried Twitter Blue. It was a disaster by all accounts. He's not bringing in more than a couple $1 million per month, which is not going to cover the $5 billion in revenue that they were already making per year an annum on advertising. And don't forget, the $5 billion revenue that they were making actually was not enough to turn a profit. They were still running at a loss. So they probably need to make $6 billion. Well, I guess since he fired 90% of the staff or what.
Yeah, so I guess both her, I like how you think these people have ideologies, but all this, they don't give a shit. Like, she just easily jumps from MSNBC to Elon Musk, no problem. For the money's worth it. And Elon Musk, he tried some stuff, and then now I think is advertising and just keeping people more on Twitter, like all other platforms try to do, and go business as usual.
Yeah, ideology is the excuse after you've done something. That's all ideology is. It's not like, it doesn't come before an action. That's
but man, Elon must be offering this lady good money, because they're right that she's taking a bit of a risk, right? And that, like in the media and stuff, they kind of, they can then come out and say shit about her a little bit.
Man, what risk?
And she was very high, apparently, and she was high up, of course, with the amount of money she was making. Yeah,
she was in Universal's studios. But look, she's not taking a risk, man. This is perfect. When she comes out, she either comes out as a sweetheart, sort of, like a friend of the right thing, or she comes out with a book that is all tell-all about Elon Musk and how he abused her. So she's guaranteed, her future guaranteed. So I don't think so. I don't think it's a risk. No.
Perhaps, yeah, you're right. As always, you're right.
Well, yes, I change my mind every 2 seconds. So if you had just told me what I just told you, I would have said, well, you don't know that. You never know. She might get crucified by the media. It's a bit of a risk.
That's a good point.
It depends on what you say. What I say very much depends on what you say. Don't count yourself out.
Okay. What's going on here? I've missed this one. Fox News replacing Tucker Carlson with Sean Hannity. Laura Ingraham in trouble. Huh?
That's all I read. I didn't even watch the video. That Yeah, what do you think of Sean Hannity as a Tucker replacement?
Thank you for tuning in. Hello, Brianna.
Hello, Rob. Nancy Waters and Greg Gutfield, who've also reportedly been promoted to primetime. A Fox News spokesperson denied confirmation that the changes are happening to Mediaite when asked, saying, quote, no decision has been made on a new primetime lineup, and there are multiple scenarios under consideration.
Well, the Drudge Report left out news on current 10 p.m. host Laura Ingraham, which was leading to some speculation online that perhaps she was looking at being axed. But Fox has totally refuted those notions, saying that Ingraham is going to remain a full part of the lineup. However, there's still some speculation.
But yeah, nothing too breaking, I guess, here, huh? I mean, Sean Hannity was already on Fox. So
Yeah,
it's
but
just...
go there. Oh, wait. So I do remember, according to Tucker Carlson, I know that whole fucking jumper leak. Like the producers on these shows are apparently involved in the costumes. And somebody okayed that yellow jacket?
Hey, it's not bad. It's not the worst thing.
Not bad, you don't think? No? I don't know. I'm very anti-yellow, I have to say.
No,
Although
it's wearing a
working
black
with the
shirt
iris.
under it, so I don't know.
Yeah, with the black shirt, it's working. You're right.
This set is actually not the worst thing that they've done.
No, this is a good set. No,
Yeah.
I was being a dick. This is a good shirt.
So you said one negative thing, I made you say 3 positive things. Okay, this is a healing. I learned this from Marianne Williamson.
Oh yeah, did you learn it from her, or were you miracle?
I'm joking, but I'm feeling like this kind of stuff she probably gets into, no?
Oh yeah,
In
I
her
would
book.
imagine that's exactly the type of shit she talks about. But sorry, I was.
But
just
yeah,
Yeah.
nothing too juicy
No,
here, I
like
guess.
another story I should have deleted from. I thought I have, but yeah.
Okay.
Whoa,
Nah.
now let's
I
take a
think
break
we're
because I have to.
Yeah. Go ahead, yeah. Alrighty, Sam. Time to have a lot of fun. I was gonna say fun, but we've been having fun. I don't know. Fun.
Yeah,
Fun
this is a sad
blasted.
story. This is a truly sad story, really.
So this is just the Vanguard boys listening to a clip of Majority Report, and somebody calls in and asks these 3 very defensive. Everybody's always very defensive on the Majority Report when they get calls. I don't know why people call them. It's never like, yeah, I agree. It's always like, first of all, I
The
don't
ones we
care
see, the
about
ones-
you, and and then they go on. But okay.
No, but this is a very sad video. A glimpse into a life wasted. Let's take a look.
Can you guess who wasn't included in the polling?
Who? Bernie Sanders?
Marianne Williamson. The only Democratic candidate that is officially running.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my question. If independent media, which you are independent media, right?
Yes.
So if independent media believes itself to have this obligation, I think it's a righteous one, to tell the stories that the mainstream is deliberately and systematically suppressing. I just have to ask, like, when are you planning to bring Marianne Williamson to the show?
I mean, look, that's probably a little bit above my pay grade. I really only book on my days. Maybe I'll have her on.
I don't really understand what Emma means by that. She says, well, that seems a little bit above my pay grade, but then goes on to admit that she does do the booking for.
That was the worst start to like a response ever.
They all 3 are like, a scholar. I don't want to respond without my lawyer.
I respect Marianne Williamson as a person. I like her.
Exactly.
I think there are limits to her candidacy. It's not necessarily tethered to movements, labor in the way that I would like.
What does any of this have to do? Have you covered Marianne Williamson? If she gets into the whole thing about her preferences,
And
you know what?
Generally, I don't know. I think that her value is being overstated in the primary.
I mean, I just want to say quickly, like, I view our role in this as more defensive than offensive. I don't think independent media is a vanguard propelling somebody to the president's office, and I think it's a problem that people.
Man, now that I listen to it again, think of the poor lady just asked, why don't you ever cover her? And they're just like, no, she'd never win. She has no chance personally. Ideologically, I don't like her. Apparently, she stinks.
Have you seen her nails? Have
The
you
other
seen
guy
her
comes
nails? She
in.
never cleans under the nails. It's disgusting. But play all the responses from all the majority.
I mean, to be fair, okay, fine. The caller did say it is your responsibility to cover a bit as a media, but I mean, she didn't say it's your responsibility to, kill yourself for Marianne Williamson.
Look at it that way. Like, if Bernie Sanders would have won the primaries, it would have been because of the coalition building among like progressive movements and unions. And to me, it's like I'm kind of interested in Marianne, but it's also like there's things that I'm less intrigued.
And I do really like Matt Leck. We've had him on the show. I think he's a great guy, really smart guy.
Man, the girl just asked, why don't you just kind of cover her every now and then?
Yeah, let's play majority report responses.
Yeah.
Vanguard boys are just, they live in their door playing fantasy, whatever.
Oh, sorry about that.
Jesus Christ. Yes.
It be true that it's what beats that is dramatic to drum up support. That's a slightly
Independent media talking about Bernie Sanders, an establishment basically united behind.
Here.
We are kind of a.
She's got to get buy-in with. She's got to create a speaking. That doesn't mean I think you should attack it. That doesn't downgrade from
Marianne Williamson, given the fact that her platform is so similar to Bernie Sanders. It's so substantive. She's so serious, and is being completely ignored by the media for the most part. It seems like this is a logical place for us to step in and play our role as progressive media. But with all that said, let's keep watching.
By Marianne, as far as like she, as far as like a challenge candidacy, it's a downgrade from Bernie Sanders, just subjectively speaking. That doesn't mean I think you should attack it. That doesn't mean I think you should support it. But as far as like trying to like force it, like she's got to get buy-in with. She's got to create a movement. I don't, like I said, I don't think that starts primarily with YouTube. I think it starts with actual like organizers, and then I think I think we take it a little bit more seriously. That doesn't mean we haven't even talked about whether we're going to have her on, frankly, to my knowledge.
I mean, we've been trying to have other politicians on that we just like literally drop the ball on because we are kind of we run a like it's not that. But many we don't people do that much. This. I know we don't. I know, but we've had like
what that question like broke them. Like what the hell happened?
It's just the whole operation. Actually, we don't have a producer. This is not a show. This is just a social media post.
Half the time, our show is not important. It doesn't even matter if we got it.
Yeah, we don't. Who am I to have Marianne on anyway? Suddenly.
Oh my god.
No, but I tell you,
it's literally like asking somebody how are you, and they give you their life story. Like this.
No, not their life story. They give you a weirdly. I'm okay, but no, all the rumors about me being a leper. I'm not a leper for sure. Never been a leper. I actually love lepers. That's my best friends are lepers, but I'm good. I'm very good right now. Let's shake hands.
No, seriously, it's more like that. Yeah.
But I tell you why they broke like this by the end after we made fun of them. So, play. I want.
We don't. Sam doesn't like talking to politicians.
Yeah, right. He doesn't. I like it more. Yeah, actually.
Like honestly, Bernie's one of the only ones that he's not like reserved about. So
and Ilhan.
Okay, and that's where I want to jump back in because.
Oh God. Sorry. Yeah. Go to.
And the comparison to Ilhan Omar and all that is bullshit, because I mean obviously they're doing two different completely. No, but they're also doing two completely different things. One has been in Congress forever, and one is like this, not forever, but like it's just they're like shitty.
They're all political shits, but
for sure, but still a bit different and doing different things right now.
I think the idea that Sam Sider doesn't talk to politicians is just so ridiculous.
And
you don't need any.
He
other
is though. He
extra-
probably can't be fucked. No.
Nomoki. What about Nomoki? She was running.
Yeah, like he didn't know what was going on in the monkey thing until halfway through. He probably thought she's like
After
announcing like a
Nomoki
new like
dropped out.
Facebook page or something, you know, like a new show
Yeah.
with someone. And then she's like, wait, what? What did you say?
But
You're
go
running
to
for
the end of-
president?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to the end of this clip. End of this clip, not the Sam Sider one. No, not the clip of the Majority Report. This clip of Majority Report. I have to be so careful about my English. this clip of the Majority
I suddenly
Report.
shut down the whole podcast.
Yeah. It's over. It's goodbye, guys. It's the end of the show.
But wait, where are you
Go
talking
to
about?
the
Like,
end. Yeah. When the black guy agrees to the
oh, let me hear him talk.
funniest part.
Oh, okay, I think here.
The black person there.
We'll make it happen.
Is ridiculous because
Oh,
it's
go a bit
just
further
honestly
back.
not even
Go a
going to
bit
be.
further back.
I mean, I wish it.
Like trying to like cut it off at the knees, and I mean that's why when we talked about the first time, it was
Sorry, I want to go back just a second because he called out David Pacman.
And I really felt betrayed by just the portrayals. I think everything you guys are saying is fair.
All right. Well,
But-
I appreciate it, Elena. Thank you for calling in. Got to jump. I apologize.
Yeah, and I will say I think like
Alina, you
Pacman is
almost
going too
destroyed
hard,
our show.
like
Fuck
trying to like cut it off at the knees, and I mean that's why when we talked about the first time, it was upset with Karine Jean-Pierre with her like bullshit little joke about it,
Condescending.
Yeah,
you'll
exactly.
say.
Like I think that's wrong, but it's also like there's only so much time I can act like enthusiastic about it without my actual reservations about it coming through.
Right, she should absolutely run if she wants to run. And anyone who's like pointing out some like doom or gloom scenario and having a Democratic primary is ridiculous because it's just honestly not even going to be. I mean, I wish it wasn't this way, but it is. It's not even going to be a blip on the radar when you have if you have a primary where in the party that has the incumbent in office. It's just not. Even it doesn't matter, honestly. She should be able to run because it shows that she has the ability to do so, and anyone who wants to run should be able to run. But and I would love to talk with her too. I think it would be probably a great conversation. But it's just honestly, just the reality of the situation is it's just nothing's going to come out of it.
I would interview Marianne Williamson about the whole kit and caboodle, the run, the crystals, everything, because that's just my wheelhouse. But so if she wants to come on the discourse, I know my co-host would also love to. She can reach out and we will have her on. We'll make it work after I move. We'll make it happen.
Beautiful.
After I move.
Shout out to Brandon. I like Brandon. He's
Man, go a bit further back.
Man,
But isn't this global capitalism? Go further back. You have the disembodied voice of a wise man talking, saying that Marianne is bad. Then you have a sort of a slightly brownish man saying, yeah, Marianne is bad. Then a white lady telling you Marianne is bad. And then a black guy saying, yeah, I'll interview her. I'll do it. I'll fucking do the dirty job. I'll do the job none of these people do.
Man, it's too funny. However, this just made me think of a scenario where Marianne Williamson could actually become at least the Democratic, and not win, but at least become the nominee. You know how?
How?
If Biden dies like around the primary time, and they put Kamala as like the main Democrat, I swear to God, if there's one person who might lose, it would be her. Like, they better have somebody else to run because she might actually
Marianne,
lose it.
you mean?
No, yeah, Kamala could actually lose it.
Oh yeah, I think to be honest, Marianne would have had a better chance if Biden wasn't the incumbent. Even Pete Buttigieg is not really that great of a candidate. Even though I agree with you, Kamala is, we know Kamala is.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. They probably. I don't know. I think they gave her a drug that was like too strong and like burnt her brain or something. It's just the brain because she didn't used to be like this, man. This is ridiculous. She's like, she's like all those old people in a hospice that you see like with a spoon in the middle of the air, like like that. Anyway, but yeah, Marianne Williamson, man. But before moving on, besides the fact that Majority Report people are, whatever, I don't know why the fuck is like in the, why they no, actually let's do this first. Why do you think they broke like this?
Yeah,
Why no
seriously.
question like breaks
Because
them
it's
like
something
this?
they had thought about. Like, for some reason they
No,
don't
no,
want to
no.
have her on.
Go very early. Go again to the what she said very much in the beginning. The questioner. That's why they broke.
The only that
Bernie Sanders?
2020 came out.
Elena from Virginia, what's on your mind?
A political poll just came out. I believe this is from Big Village on the 2024 National Democratic primary. Can you guess who wasn't included in the polling?
Who? Bernie Sanders?
Marianne Williamson. The only Democratic candidate that is officially running.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my question. If independent media, which you are independent media, right?
Yes.
So if independent media believes itself to have this obligation, I think it's a righteous one, to tell the stories that the mainstream is deliberately and systematically suppressing. I just have to ask, when are you
What? They live in this fucking delusional world that their stories are being deliberately and systematically put down. And there is this alternative in which there are these men and women who are forsaking their personal interest and personal values and are going ahead and are trying to educate people through social media, through news about the real stories, about the truth, about what's going on. And this may have been even true up until 90s, like late 90s, like when internet was very young, you could make that case. But I think like after Bernie Sanders, like, really, you're still like did you see how she said, yes, we are independent media. Yes, that's it's the same with the Vanguard. Oh, we have the obligation to educate the people about the issue. They are delusional. They are truly delusional. And let's not forget about who calls into a show which has 5 million YouTube subscribers, barely like 100,000 people watch every video or something. Oh, why don't you cover my favorite candidate? Like, what, don't you have a life? Seriously, don't you have, like, this lady, doesn't she have family members she has to call? Like, very odd to me. Everybody in this video is just, I've never seen people like, yeah.
Yeah, perhaps maybe that's what broke them, but
that's
yeah.
why they broke them.
I mean, the
Because
question
they cannot
really
admit. They cannot admit that their jobs is just commentary on nothing that leads to nothing.
It's an easy thing to admit.
Or, I think Sam Cedar admits it to himself, but he can't admit. No, if you admit it to our audience, as we found out with our channel, you don't add subscribers. You have to pretend to your audience, no, I'm fighting against the people are putting me down.
We're fighting against the establishment.
Yes, we are fighting against the exceptional establishment.
The global establishment.
The global.
Okay, well, let's continue with Marianne Williamson.
Did you see the interview?
She went on the Vanguard. Gavin put on his wedding shirt. Zach kept it cool, though. He's not.
Yeah, Zach is. Yeah.
Zach is.
Did you see, by the way, she's abusing our boys, though. At some point, she's like, what ideas do you guys have? And it's like, what do you think this is? This is not a fucking... Yeah, if you want their consultancy fee, is different. This is an interview.
By the way,
Zach I should be their agent, man. I should be their agent. You need to charge consultancy fee from this lady. Do you know how many books she sold?
Man, it's kind of funny. Every now and then people leave like a comment on our channel about the Vanguard boys, and they're always like, oh yeah, but you guys forgot to bring up the van. Ask them about the van. People love making fun of them and the van. And I don't think I saw it actually like when they first came out and talked about the van or something a lot. So I never think of it. But
sadly, we missed the original van. Yeah.
They're always like, ask them.
Yeah, the van. the documentary, man.
Yeah, sorry, that was before
No,
our
because
time.
apparently
We're
in
not
the
hip
beginning
to
they
that.
were very big on. They still do this, but they have to be very careful because they still sometimes go on, journalism. But apparently in the very beginning they were very big on, with a van we're gonna go, to the event.
This is their pre-Met Taibbi, what's it called?
Yeah.
The pre-Met Taibbi, what's that show called
Oh,
again?
Useful
The
Idiots?
podcast, Useful Idiots. Boost that
Yes.
propelled the Vanguard into
To the Wisconsin.
until
they
hit Jimmy Dore.
Did you see this interview? Did you see the part I highlighted for you though?
Yes,
She
but what
addressed
was
the-
it?
He finally addressed the criticism
Oh yeah, I
from
didn't get
people
that.
like me.
What was that? The 9th minute or something, right?
Fourth, I thought, but let
Oh.
me check on our
Oftentimes
messages.
I go to, but I don't understand your points.
It was clear.
Not too sure.
What was our main criticism of her? What was our main
Don't know.
criticism
Who
of her?
knows? I didn't know we had one.
Look, come on, man. What was the main thing we made fun of her?
Her book and
Minute
shit.
18. Sorry, minute 18. Which book? No, not the new one though. Which book?
The religion one.
Yeah, the religious aspect of her. The early thing. Yeah, play from minute 18, I think.
Transgender Americans right now, we should all see this as the canary in the coal mine. This is very dangerous, and I am very concerned about that
Canary in the
population.
gold mine.
Remember, whether you're black,
I'm
Jewish,
actually
Hindu,
having a cider
Christian,
right now.
gay, straight, non-binary, whatever you are, the point is American, transgender
Pause.
American.
By the way, Camille, we are fucked if she gets to be president. We not only we are not transgender or gay or anything like that, we are not American.
Yeah,
so we
I
are
know.
fucked. Yeah, right there.
I don't
Fuck,
like hearing
fuck the
this.
humanity. It's America first, then humanity, then go ahead. Sorry.
And we have to return to our first principles. If any group of people is being denied their rights, as Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So I am very concerned about the transgender population in the United States today.
Nice
And
logo.
as president, I would deem them on an emergency basis a population that gets special protection. This is already happening on some states where governors with more of a view, enlightened view, are seeing the necessity for this. So I would deem them as a special, a part of the population that gets special protection at this time. And also I would direct the Department of Justice to vigorously investigate and go after any civil rights violations against transgender community. As far as the gay community during the 1980s,
Here.
I was giving lectures on a set of books called A Course in Miracles. It's just about, it's not a religion. It's a psychology and spirituality. It's talking about the role of faith, the role of love, the role of forgiveness and prayer, and just not a religion, just psychology, spirituality.
No.
And all of a sudden the AIDS, it wasn't all of a sudden, but it was.
Who gets to decide if something's a religion, by the way?
No. A good point. I agree with you. I always, that was my old joke. I think one of my first jokes I tried on you in high school.
What?
What's the difference between a religion and a cult?
Nothing.
Membership numbers.
So religion has way more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, then you should have laughed a bit though. It was a bit. Like I know it's a stupid joke, but it deserved a smile at least. But anyways, but no, I agree. I mean, I agree 100% with you on. I think religion is a really bad word. We should really talk about ideologies, to be honest. But religion is usually referred to ideologies based on the idea of a metaphysical force, right? So that's generally tends to be religions. So it wasn't a religion. It was just a lady who said that God contacted her directly, through his spirits and all, like to talk to her, and gave her some, recommendations for how people should live their lives, and if they pray, it can have actual like physical not physical, maybe material sort of effect or whatever. Okay, I call it whatever the fuck you want, call it spirituality. In fact, in many ways, I would, if you're going colloquially, I would say spirituality is a much better word. And frankly, really, yeah, you're right. It's not a religion. Religion is a much better thing, man. At least in a religion, God is real. In this fucking bullshit is spirituality and shit these people have, God is basically like a shitty substitute teacher. It's like, God loves you no matter what. You want to do that? Yeah, God loves you. I just, like, to me, like, by the way, Khomeini, Islamic Revolution sort of comes from similar sort of grounds of spirituality more than even religious, I would say. Khomeini was much more of an Arif mystic than a religious person. So, just much worse. I think much worse. I don't know. I despise these people, man. The spirituals. They are the worst in my view. They are the worst. I don't know where you stand. That Talibani guy with the water thingy, at least I know where I stand with that motherfucker, Where do you think on this spiritual? Don't you think she gave a good excuse for her? Maybe you want to play more.
No, I mean, that doesn't make any sense, but
It wasn't the religion, it was a psychological and spiritual. You got to people, I help you. It helps you. No?
Yeah. No. Can't disagree with you too much, but yeah, I mean, let's say if she forgets about all that and the things that she wants and pursue, can't really be against those, but yeah.
By the way, her church is basically based on this fucking new transcendentalism that came about in America. That is basically it's a Christian sort of. They're all fucking Baha'i, man. They're all fucking Baha'i. It's all basically all the good people are good, all the bad people are bad. We should all sing songs. Everybody, God loves everybody. Fuck off. Like if God loves everybody, then he's not a God. They make God so shitty. They really, they reduce God to
I wouldn't mind seeing a little fight though between her. Do you think if Marianne Williamson and RFK, right, went head to head right now in an election in the US, they would each get to, have like 1 week of advertising going on, and there'll be one debate, and then everybody has to vote in America. Who do you think would win? Marianne Williamson and RFK.
Trump are in or no?
No. It's just between these. There's just one election for fun. Just one, between these two.
I think RFK would win.
Man,
sadly.
But what about the fact, the way he sounds and all that, though? I don't know.
He's got the name recognition, man, and it's a good name. It's just the Kennedy name. No, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just, he's got that. I'm not sure, but I feel like he's died once and his soul was dragged to hell. But he managed, because he's a Kennedy, he managed to negotiate sort of some kind of a financial sort of a deal, and his soul is still in hell, so his voice comes from hell, but his body is on earth. That is my theory.
Is there a part where you want to listen to him so we can hear him a bit?
Play a bit, play any.
But your description is
down in.
Not too. Here, let's see what he says here. Day one agenda.
Julian Assad.
And then starting to fix NIH, FDA, CDC, get them off of their subsistence relationship with the pharmaceutical industry, and unraveling that agency capture.
But there's something special about the way he speaks, right? Is there like something wrong?
Is that a problem?
Yeah. So there's no way you could do a debate with Marianne Williamson.
No, we are making fun. What do you? No, he could. What do you mean? Like his voice would be weird, but he could.
The pacing.
It would be different. But the funniest thing is, you know what he says in this interview? Like very much in the beginning. It's just hilarious. considering who are his biggest supporters. He's like, there is a very famous book, and I forget the name of the book. What was it? Anyway, it talks about how every empire, after a while, it becomes too big to manage itself, and it starts, too unmanageable, and therefore cannibalizing itself, and therefore falling apart, right?
Yeah.
And he says America is reaching that point, and I kind of want to come and basically he's saying that, he's just like Obama, kind of like, oh, I want to be a better manager of the empire than the Republican guy is, or whatever the alternative guy is, right? And then I love the fact that his biggest supporters are those guys at the gray zone whose biggest thing is just like empire bad, anti-empire, empire. Just think you don't even know the definition of the fucking word. But yeah, it's just hilarious, the fact that like the guy who's advocating for managing the empire more effectively is considered the anti-imperial candidate.
Good point.
His son is fighting in Ukraine, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
the Davos group and other totalitarian elements in our society have used as a pretext for clamping down totalitarian controls.
But isn't that even more of a justification, if you think that, isn't that even more of a justification for you to argue in favor of an approach that doesn't result in the totalitarianism that you're fearful of?
Exactly. So, and I've always been cautious about leaning.
Sorry.
Why did you play this?
I don't know. I'm losing it here. But yeah, anything else on Marianne Williamson or him or?
No, I hope to be honest, look, man, I hate these. Like they can all go to hell, but I do hope he gets elected. At least he knows, what's his name, Larry. So,
Larry who?
Hatchet. He knows Larry David.
Oh, really?
He's married to Cheryl, so I guess he.
True.
At least he's got
True.
good
Forgot
company.
about them.
Yeah. So whatever, but they're all the same shits, like different. And frankly, as somebody who's not an American citizen, as Marianne Williamson pointed out, for us, man, they're in fact, to be honest, for us, the best candidate is the worst candidate. Really, it seems, because even what I mean. This is the sort of the humanitarian socialist ones, the one that wants to manage the empire better, and the one that it's all about being American first. Yeah, those migrants in cages, forget about them.
Well,
but I don't give a shit about necessarily like everybody or anybody. I'm just saying how hypocritical they are in saying that they do, but then it turns out that they don't.
But okay, all right. Shall we wrap it up? If anybody has any comments, questions, criticisms, please leave them below. If not, please like.
Shit. Come here. Wait.
Subscribe.
Wait. Justin. It turned out shit, man. Jeffrey Epstein was the child of Noam Chomsky. They didn't want to go public. He was his child.
No, you know what you should have said? Chomsky was his godfather or something.
Godfather? No,
Yeah.
I should have said, I felt his father. Like, I'd like to change his name or something.
But okay. All right. Thank you.